So I haven't done one of these in a long while. I had a really strange dream. Ridiculously strange. It's that dream. I'm here in bed. But as I turn, I hit a box, a cardboard box. The cardboard box has these baby toys that I had when I was a child, and then some newer toys that my niece and nephew had when they were children, like babies. Right now they are 16 and 13, so they're kind of old too, I guess. And as I moved, I had the little monitor there, and I don't have a huge window, I have an average size window. But in the dream, it was still dark, and the window was huge, and in front of the window, there was this little bedside table, and in the middle of that was the monitor, the baby monitor, the audio one. And then I keep hearing these noises, these random ass fucking noises, and coming from the radio, and I'm like, okay, my sister doesn't live in the house with us anymore, there shouldn't be kids, I shouldn't have a radio. And I'm like, what? And then it made this really loud, like, roaring noise, and it scared the fuck out of me. But I'm also not a bitch. I'm like, what the fuck do you want? Like that. Because it growled at me, and because of children, I figure it was one of the kids growling at the thing, and he's all like, I want to talk to you, but in a whisper tone. And I'm like, what do you want? And he started saying some nonsense, which I can't necessarily remember, hence why I'm saying it's nonsense. But I do remember in the back, like, you know, when you're having a conversation with someone and then you just keep on going, like, trying to see what's going on behind them. Well, I was having the conversation with the monitor. My neighbor was trying to sneak into his house, like, in front of my gate. Like, in front of my window, there's a gate. Not a gate, a fence. He's trying to jump over the fence. I distinctly remember he's like, what are you looking at? Because it's a monitor. Or he said, like, give me your focus or some shit like that. And I'm like, alright, fine. And I did it one more time. And my neighbor just gets struck by lightning. I mean, it's funny, but, you know, it's not funny. And he's all like, the children I hear. I'm like, what children? He's like, my children. I'm like, what children? And then I wake up in the dream. Like, I get up out of bed, and I know it's a dream because right now I can't necessarily walk without assistance. And I was walking fine. I go to the living room. There's 4 babies. I don't have babies. My sister doesn't have babies. My niece, my nephew, God forbid, he's 16. He don't have babies. There's 4 babies there, asleep, laying down, and one of them starts waking up. I'm like, you don't put a baby on a sofa because they wiggle and jiggle and they might roll off and, you know, not bounce ever. So I go, while I'm holding the box of toys, and I start like, oh, hi, baby. And I start moving the baby towards the crooks of the sofa. And I get the other one and I put them on the floor. And they start crawling for the toys. And as I'm watching them, I forget that I had the radio on my hand. And all I hear is, it's that one. And I'm like, oh, dear God. And then after that, I walked outside of my house into Vegas. And after I walked into Vegas, I think it was at the Hard Rock. Not the Hard... Why do I keep on calling it the Hard Rock? It's Planet Hollywood. We were at the Planet Hollywood for a while, and I walked out, and it turned to the Horseshoe, which is what we stayed at. Yeah. And I remember it, and then it was the Parisian because of the walls and stuff. It's very Parisy. And then I walked out those doors. And then I woke up. In the hotels, I lost my glasses, and I found them on the floor, but I found my sunglasses, not my glasses, because I'm blind. This is because I'm barely waking up. And it was just weird. I went to the sauna room. I went into their special sauna room, which I don't think I actually went in there, you know, but that's probably why it kind of looked like a Middle Eastern bathhouse. Not that I've been in a Middle Eastern bathhouse. My point is, it was weird. I might have spoken to some weird-ass entity in my head thinking it's a baby. And I went to Vegas for a couple of seconds, and it was Great. And I think that sums up the dream entirely in its like whole. Yeah, it was just weird. I haven't dreamed like that in a long time. I'm also taking medications that like completely knock me out, so there's that. But yeah, now you know.